What's going on, guys? It's Velocity Reaper here, and we are back again, obviously, with our leaked skins. Now, this is a pretty exciting update overall. We got some pretty cool skins, and this is one of the skins that I was talking about with Shogun. I've been really excited for this skin to come out because it is actually in the Battle Pass, and we have seen the actual mask for the skin, but we've been waiting for the actual skin itself to release, and now this has finally come out. So I am super excited to actually have this skin coming to the game, and I actually really want to pick this one up. I think this is one of the samurai skins that I actually like the best out of all of them. And on a side note, we're spending about 45 seconds on each one, so we're going to move on to the next one. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so our next little set that we have here is Flapjackie and Growler. I know someone who could buy Flapjackie, if you know what I mean. But, Flapjackie and Growler are both obviously kind of like animal-esque pullover costumes. Growler looks like obviously a dog with like a weird mouth. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's a very interesting set nonetheless. And I think skins are going to start to get a little bit more dull in the coming weeks because we're going to start to shift into Thanksgiving and then holiday season skins. So we're going to start to have some really cool, awesome like winter themed skins coming up, I say, within the next update or two. So expect that to come pretty darn soon, and then that'll be a lot more fun to talk about. But for right now, they're going to kind of tone down on the Halloween theme because Halloween is past, but we're still going to get a couple skins here and there. So next set we have here is Instinct and Reflex. Now these are supposed to, I'm assuming, be like some sort of medic SWAT team. I'm not really sure. They don't really fit with any specific theme. They just seem like two colored soldiers, I guess. That's the best way to put it. I don't really have anything else to say about them. They don't really have much stylistic creativity. They're not much standout skins. However, I'm sure they're going to look great in game as just a big, like a good standard skin. I will also have the rarities in the background, so it gives you an idea of the pricing. So obviously this skin is only going to be about 800 V-Bucks, right? Is it 800 for blue skins? I think it's 800, but I could be wrong. I should probably know this since I buy a lot of these skins. But our next little set here I actually think is kind of cool and kind of like unique is our like Junkrat skins. Now these are like obviously Junkrat, you kind of think of like Mad Max and stuff like that. So this is a really cool set. I actually really like the idea of like a Junkrat skin. I definitely didn't think of that as a skin that could be in Fortnite, and now we actually have two really cool looking ones coming to the game. So not my style, definitely not a pickup for me. However, I think it could definitely appeal to a big mass of people in terms of people who really like that kind of like Junkrat, like thieves, like, you know, bare bones dystopian thieves, stuff like that. I don't know. I think it fits like some people's perspectives, and definitely is going to be a skin that's going to be probably commonly rocked. I think one of the other probably rock us more than Mayhem, but I don't know. People really favor the female skins a lot more, so I don't know. And then we're gonna work our way into our gliders and pickaxes. So it's towards the end of the little leak stuff that we have. But we have Junklet, which is actually a really Junkjet. No, they should call it Junklet. That is such a cute name. Junkjet. We have Kabuto, which is obviously the glider for the samurai. We have Pivot, and we have Poofy Parasail. We have Splinter Strike, and then we have Jawblade, which Jawblade actually was already in an image. I don't know why I threw it in here twice, but Jawblade looks pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really say much about it, but I think it looks super cool, and I definitely, hopefully, it has a really good sound effect with it as well, because that really is what makes a pickaxe, if it has an amazing sound effect or not. And then we have a couple more pickaxes here. So we have Jack Spammer, and then we have Angular Axe, and we have Woofs, which is really cool, like a little backbling for obviously the animals. We have Goody Gourd, and we have Nibbles, and then we have Spike Chamber. I think Goody Gourd should go with Bunny Moon. Yes, Bunny Moon that just came out. I think that should have been her back bling, but I guess not. I really guess not. And oh no. Okay, I forgot to add in one little thing here. So give me 2 seconds to add this in real quick before we continue on. JK, nothing to add in. We're just going to continue on with our leaked information. So this is the week, is this week 7? No, week 6 loading screen. And this is one heck of a loading screen, guys. We have not had a really good loading screen in a while. This one obviously is very much so action-packed and just Fortnite-marish themed. And I think this looks just really cool. And what is she holding? Oh, that looks like, I thought that was a flamethrower for a second. It kind of looked like one, but no, that is not a flamethrower. So now we have something a little bit more interesting than just standard leak skins, guys. This is a look at what Loot Lake is going to look like after the Cube event on November 4th. So this is leaked information 3 days early. It was in the file. So this is what we have of the map. Now, no one has noticed anything bigger than this. Obviously, this is the biggest change that's probably noticeable. And it looks like the middle of Loot Lake has risen up. A lot of these other smaller areas have started to form in. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen in this event on November 4th. I think that whatever it is going to be pretty darn big overall. So we'll see how this is going to look in game, but obviously this is the spot you want to be in. So go to Loot Lake on November 4th. Make sure you're in there a little bit early, hop into playgrounds, and just chill by yourself, because it's going to be annoying to be in a lobby with other people. So definitely try and get in by yourself if you can, and watch the event and get the best view of it as you possibly can. But I will also have gameplay up on my channel of it happening live. I will definitely be there to record that. So don't you worry at all. So last portion of this video is going to be the patch notes and other stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed and continue watching. What is going on, guys? It's Velocity Reaper here, and we are now going to move into the second half of this video, which is going to be the patch notes and other information that we want to cover that you guys, I think you should know. So first things first here is that the cube event now has an official date. We don't have to keep chasing the cube around the map anymore. We have an official date of when this is happening, also the end of Fortnite. So Fortnite in Battle Royale ends on some Sunday, November 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Finish your Fortnite challenges by then to unlock the Dark Engine Glider. Log in early and be in match to witness the one-time event occurring at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So to break that down, on November 4th, which is going to be a Sunday, which is amazing, there is going to be an in-game event at 1 p.m. So log in. I say get into a playground match at like 1:40 or even 1:30. No, not 1:30. Sorry, I don't know what time frame that actually is for Central Standard Time. I think that's around 2 o'clock. So probably get in there around, again, like 1:30, 1:40, because you want to be in there early. Because again, last time that there was an event, like the rocket event, I actually got into a really long queue and just could not see it. So I had to end up getting info or files from like someone else to actually post it. So definitely get in there early if you guys are trying to see that. I think it's going to be super cool. Event again, November 4th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, they'll probably tweet out about it, and it'll be in game as well. So let's move on into the patch notes side of things. We're not going to cover all the patch notes. However, it is a very small patch notes. Again, I looked through these in the morning and just didn't have time to do a video until now. So let's see. So the balloons are added. So it comes with 20 deployable balloons. Allows the player to defy gravity by holding up to 6 at a time. Primary fire button to inflate balloon. Secondary fire button to let go of a balloon. Can be found from floor loot, chest supply llamas, and vending machines. Note, don't float too high for too long. Balloons only last so long at max build height. So again, just a little note that you can't just chill up there for the rest of the game. Grapplers, when grappling as a vehicle passenger, the velocity of vehicle is factored into the grapple force. Only occurs in instances where vehicle velocity will be a net gain to grapple force. So I think that means that you're going to be able to take high fall damage if you start grappling forward after being pushed down a hill, maybe in a shopping cart. And then this is where it kind of hurts the most. Vaulted weapons, semi-auto sniper, guided missile, and dual pistols are gone. Gone, guys. Dual pistols is my favorite thing. Screw the sniper and screw the guided missile. No one cares about those. And then we have 25% of explosive damage will now penetrate through structures in the environment, which is very important. And we're actually going to go back to the Twitter and go into Reddit to go see what people are actually saying about this, because it is a very negative change. And I'm going to give my own thoughts as well in the latter half of this video. But let's see, what else is there to cover here? I believe that is it. They're gonna try and focus. They're gonna obviously keep glider redeploy. If you guys didn't know that, they're keeping it, and they're gonna they said that they're working on making sure that the audio for glider redeploy is more prominent, I guess, so that you can actually hear gliders over kind of like normal fights and stuff like that. Like, you want to be able to hear that it's coming towards you. Sometimes there's a lot of issues where the audio just doesn't happen at all, and they're going to try and mitigate that as much as possible now that gliders are going to be a big part of the game, and going to be actively kind of like changing the way game is played. So that is it for the main patch notes. We're going to go hop back on over, and we're going to scroll up to this post right here, and we implemented a new form of fall damage velocity based. Oh, not this one. Sorry, not that one. That is about the balloons, where there was a very high fall damage rate for dropping from a balloon, and they kind of fixed that, or working on fixing it. So here is the Reddit post, and in my opinion, for someone who is, obviously I consider myself an above average player, and I'm not gonna try to make this like about me at all, because it's not about me, but I'm definitely am not trying to say like I'm the best player out there, but I think I'm a little bit above average. Obviously you guys can kind of tell from the gameplays that we post and stuff like that, but in my opinion, this change is okay. Like, it's not the worst thing that could happen. Now, from my understanding, 25% is something like 40 to 70 damage with rockets. So if you get rocket spam, you could die relatively easy. And I don't know. I don't know. I think that it helps a lot for people that get into box situations. So for me personally, when I'm in game, I sometimes run into the situation where the person I'm fighting decides to go into a box, and then I have to fight another person while that person sits back, heals, and regains shields, and then he comes around and tries to kill me. And sometimes it works out and I'll kill them. Sometimes it doesn't work out and I'll die. And that's just the strength of a box. Now, of course, you guys are probably saying like, oh, you can just retake their walls, or you can just spam the wall or whatever, like stuff like that. But sometimes that just doesn't work. Sometimes the person who's behind the wall actually has more protection, and it's actually just hard to get in there. So again, it's just kind of like another way to mitigate that. And I think it runs into a small problem where, say someone is being aggressive and trying to like rush you, I feel like the trap method kind of becomes useless at this point, because now you can't sit and like someone's being really aggressive, you place a trap and that person trying to like readjust while he gives you a chance to drink a mini or whatever. So they're kind of mitigating the time in fights. I don't know where this fits in, really. I have like things I want to say about it, but again, I just feel like none of it's like enough to really argue the good side and the bad side. Again, this is just a very, very controversial change, and pretty much the general consensus is take this out, like take it out, like seriously take it out. So here you go. I'm going to read through this, and then this is going to wrap up today's video. So, hey there. So we didn't do a good job of communicating why we are exploring this change exactly. And building as a defensive measure is hugely important, and the safety net it provides is something we don't take lightly. However, in general, we feel like there's a bit of an imbalance between aggressive play and defensive tactics. Again, so sitting in your box, maybe placing a spike trap and stuff like that. We've seen the feedback you've been providing, encouraging the ongoing discussion. We're evaluating what you've been saying as well as what keeping an that's their mess up. What you've been saying, as well as what keeping an eye on the effect explosives are having on eliminations. That is actually a little typo there on their end. In general, we highly value experimenting, as with glider redeploy, and iterating based on your input. We're curious to hear your feedback on things like, is 25% the right amount? Should all material types have the same damage reduction? And then is there a balance between aggressive and defensive play? So I think you guys should go ahead and leave those down in the comments below if you guys want to give a general answer to that. But I want to see what the top comment is, just out of curiosity. If your teammate is down and you build a 1x1 to revive, someone could fire an RPG from 200 meters away and your teammate is dead. That is actually a really good point. Now, I just want to see like one or two more comments just to see what people are saying. Rocket spam is already bad enough. Allowing any damage to leak through is just ridiculous. Understood. I can agree with that in some senses. Simply, no weapon should be able to be counterless. RNG of finding weapons should not allow for a guaranteed damage, ever. I agree. Defensive tactics, turtling is not a great way to play or play against. How about instead of this, find a counter to the holding button or holding build and being completely safe? There have been loads of suggestions. Okay, so that's just someone like spamming the wall consistently while someone's spraying at it. So again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But again, that's going to wrap up today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, sub up, share around, and I will catch you guys in the next one.